Hey guys, what's going on? Trainerata here, and welcome back to my channel. Today is another anime thoughts and reactions video, and I will be covering Rent a Girlfriend episode 4 today. This video should be shorter than the ReZero episode 4 video because that episode was very in detail with Natsuki Subaru, and there was a lot to talk about in that episode. But with a series like Rent a Girlfriend, there's not really much to talk about. Actually, the thoughts I have typed down are actually half of what I had typed down for episode 4 of ReZero. So yeah. Anyways, enough talk. Let's get into episode 4 of Rent a Girlfriend. First off, let me just say this series is super funny, and I honestly love the characters in it already. Mami, Chizuru, and Kazuya. I love all of them. Alright, so the beginning of the episode actually gives us a flashback of when Kazuya and Mami met. Very, I would say very expected, seeing that Kazuya is not good with communicating with other girls. So seeing that like his friends would hit up their girlfriends, and then they would introduce them to, or the girlfriends would introduce Mami to Kazuya, and Kazuya's friends would introduce him to Mami. So after this whole kiss that I was freaking out about in the end of episode 3, Mami is just like, yo, play it off, just pretend that like nothing happened. And then we go back to the table with all the friends, and we see that Chizuru is actually a little sick. And now during this, them hanging out again, Kazuya gets a call from his grandmother, and then his grandmother tells him that she is getting discharged from the hospital, which, thank God, Granny best girl. After hearing this news, Kazuya finally comes to the conclusion that he and Chizuru should tell their friends that they're breaking up, so that Granny will find out eventually, and that she wouldn't have to, you know, she would know that they've broken up, and if they tell their friends, they know. But due to the whole kiss that Mami gave Kazuya earlier, this made Kazuya a little nervous and always looking at Mami. And when Kazuya tells his friends at the table that Chizuru and him are planning to break up, Kiba, his childhood friend, actually snaps and straight up punches him in the face. This causes a fight to break out between him and Kibe, and Kibe proceeds to talk about how he's always noticed that Kazuya was always looking at Mami, and then so now he like exposes Kazuya's trash side that we've been seeing for the past 3 episodes, and Kazuya proceeds to say that like he doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't understand, because obviously he doesn't know about the rental girlfriend thing that Chizuru does as a job. But I felt like that whole fight really helped expose Kazuya and helped him realize that he is led by his peen to make decisions when it in terms to girls. So it was nice to see that Kazuya was exposed, so he can finally realize that other people are noticing what he is doing. And actually during this, Kibe actually points out Mami leading Kazuya on, and he's like, don't lead on people you've just dumped. And then she responds with like, I wasn't trying to, but yeah. Now at this point, I really don't like Mami, and I still don't. Any manga readers watching this video, you can roast me all you want, but right now I really think her methods are definitely a little extreme, with the whole like episode 3 where she was silently tweeting or messaging about how Kazuya was like a virgin and that like he should die and stuff. But yeah, so after this whole scene, Kazuya walks away as well as Chizuru. They actually end up meeting again, and they talk about how they're finally gonna break up and that they both came to a mutual agreement. Now here is when we get a small snippet of what I think is that Chizuru is actually falling for Kazuya. After this whole talk about them talking and just basically telling each other like, yep, this is it, this is when we're going to no longer talk to each other, we're no longer friends, basically. And then when Kazuya walks away, Chizuru actually says to herself silently, baka, or in English like idiot, or like just idiot. So obviously this to me this means that she's slowly falling for Kazuya. And yeah, now after this whole talk, Kibei actually confronts Chizuru, and they also have a talk. And Kibei actually is like best childhood friend, wingman, and he talks to Chizuru about how, yeah, Kazuya is very trashy when it comes to treating girls, but at the same time he's very optimistic. He's very devoted, and we saw that with Kazuya earlier in the fight scene, and what he said before, he really loved Mami when he was dating her, and he wanted to make her happy for the rest of her life. So even though Kazuya still doesn't know how to treat girls properly yet, he when he does date someone, he takes it very seriously. Now after this whole conversation, Kibei gives Chizuru 2 tickets to a ferry, and he says to take Kazuya onto the ferry with her to just talk it out. So for a last date, Chizuru and Kazuya have a ferry ride, but obviously from earlier, Chizuru was getting sick, and now it's getting worse. And then at the end of the episode, she walks out very like without reason. She was just sitting down, right, sick. And then she just walked out. She walked onto the railing, and then she collapsed over the railing. Now when this happens, everyone freaks out. They talk about how it's a girl with whatever Chizuru was wearing, and Kazuya notices that, and then he runs for the railing and jumps off, leaving his phone and also dropping his phone and jumping off the railing of the ferry to save Chizuru in the water. Now this is where I feel like is the moment where Kazuya finally doesn't care about, not care in a more like demeaning way, but more of like he sees Chizuru as a more important person now than to Mami. And now that he dropped his phone, he dropped his conversation with Mami in order to save Chizuru. This feels like a moment in his character where like he's finally let go of his ex-girlfriend. I could just be diving into it too much. Obviously, if someone you knew fell off a boat, you would obviously jump in to save them. But like, what that spoke to me is specifically when he was talking to Mami. Obviously, that meant he found Chizuru more important than his conversation with his ex-girlfriend, who he still loved very much. And yeah, and that is the end of the episode. A very nice episode. I love this show so much. Kazuya's virgin mind is just so annoyingly funny, and also just fun to watch. Anyways, guys, that is it for my thoughts and reactions on episode 4 of Rent a Girlfriend. If you guys did enjoy, consider subscribing, because tomorrow's episode will actually be SAO, and I'm definitely making a video on SAO because your boy is a big SAO fan. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.